All right, welcome everybody to day 5 of our How to Build an Agent in 5 Days webinar. Today is potentially going to be the most exciting day of all of them, not just because we're building an agent, but because I have a lot of Smith friends with me on the call today. So we're going to do a quick round of introductions and then get right into building and kind of pick up where we left off yesterday. I think we left off working on bullets a little bit and asking the agent to help us with our agent, which was very exciting. Let's do a quick round of intros. So I'll start and then we just kind of hand it off to each other. So maybe we'll do all the Smith people first, and then IntraEdge, and then as always, we'll round it out with our favorite person from Salesforce with Ryan. So I'm Haley. I'm the director of CRM and engagement services at Smith, and I've got a great team and a great group here with me today. I'm going to hand off to Tom.
Right, Tom Neuberger, Smith College. I've been here 17 years, and I am hands-on keyboard, aka the hand model for this 5-day experiment.
Show
And
us your
I'll
hands, Tom. There you go.
and I'll hand off to Allison.
Hi everyone, I'm Allison. I'm with Smith as well. I've been with Smith a little over a year now. Actually, more than a little over. August will be 2 years. And I am one of the senior Salesforce administrators with a emphasis on the events side. So yeah, I will pass it on to, oh, and I'm in Texas. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll pass it to Monica.
Hello, I'm Monica Jorgensen. I've been at Smith for almost a year. It'll be a year in August, so we're rounding down on that still. I'm currently in Indiana, but for just a few more weeks, and I will send it off to John.
Hey everybody, I'm John Singler and I lead the enterprise applications team and am so thrilled to be here and to be supporting Haley and team's work. And Haley's right, they have the best team and I'm so grateful for them. I do have hands, but I'm not a model, so I'm not going to show you. And I'll
That's
pass
going to
it
need to
over
be a
to,
check for everybody. Do you have hands? It's going to be
yeah.
the
And IntraEdge, who's up for IntraEdge?
I can start. Thanks, John. Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay Perkins. I'm the Director of Alliances and Marketing at IntraEdge. And welcome to day 5 of building the agent. So excited. And I'll pass it over to Vince.
Hi, yeah, Vince Borgina with IntraEdge. I'm our VP of AI and Enterprise Systems. And been here. This has been here since the beginning, day 5. Good to see you again, John. Nice talking to you. Been a minute, but yeah, good seeing you again. And I will hand it over to Ryan.
Thank you. I am Ryan Forey, solution engineer here at Salesforce. I've been here for 5 months now. I'm still doing the math. Been in education for 20 years, Salesforce platform support for 10 years at Babson and Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Yeah, and I'm aligned with Smith, so super excited to be here working with them on their agent. So
Yeah, so even when we conclude this series, Ryan doesn't get to get rid of us, right?
I wouldn't want to.
Oh, see, you're so kind. And we're working with IntraEdge, so this group we're just gonna keep meeting every day at 3 o'clock, I think. Just kidding. So I'm gonna do a quick recap of what we did yesterday, and then we'll figure out where we're going today. It's all very exciting. So as I'm talking, if there's anything that you want to hear about today, don't forget about the Q&A feature, or the chat, and Lindsay will make sure that we don't miss any of those questions that come in. In case you're wondering, where did we leave off yesterday? We did some configuration of our agent, including instructions and prompt builder. And prompt builder is actually what you're seeing on the screenshot there. We also had this really beautiful spreadsheet that somehow Vince made more beautiful by working on it overnight. So I'll make sure that you guys have a link to that included in the slide deck, which will go out to all registered attendees. And we did look at sort of credit consumption a little bit. We definitely have some more action to look at today on that front as well. Got through lots of successes yesterday. Also had a couple of challenges and tried to figure out if the agent in the agent builder costs credits. And I think Ryan has an answer for us in a few minutes. And then we
We
were
might
still
have an
working on
answer.
getting nice. Okay, might have an answer. We always give Ryan the hard things. And then we still are kind of working between getting concise enough with our instructions and trying to get those kind of step-by-step instructions and the bullets. So Without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to our hand model, Tom, to start us off where we left yesterday. Does that sound like a plan? Oh,
Sounds
wait,
good.
sorry, Tom. No, that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to show our breakdown of our credits that we spent. My bad. So here's the beautiful spreadsheet that Vince had shared yesterday. So we'll probably use that again in a few minutes to estimate how many credits we are willing to spend during testing. What I wanted to show though was actually, and I'm just going to monitor, or sorry, throttle that down a little bit, how many credits we've consumed just during the space of testing and during this webinar. So I'm just going to scroll down slightly without making you screen sick, and showing that we've spent just about 1,000 credits. And kind of showing what that is. Yesterday we were looking for the specific answer questions with knowledge piece. So we see that here as well. Um, and then I don't know if there's anything, Vince, Ryan, that you guys want me to show specifically on this screen, but I'll just kind of leave that up. I know a question I had was just about like what the standard prompt is versus the agent action.
Vince, do you know?
I think that is some of the stuff outside. So when we talked about like Agentforce and Agentforce vibes and stuff, I did find an article. I'll post that to you so you can post it. So as of June 1, the Agentforce vibes and some of the development stuff was previously free. And now they are going to charge based on your flex credits for use of Agentforce vibes. There's an article out there. I'll post it, and it kind of goes over the end of the free world and into the Agentforce vibes, which we have a little bonus section on Monday that will go through some of that. But and I think some of those standard prompts, as you can see, the multiplier is very low, but some of that is some of the stuff we were doing inside of Prompt Builder, some of the stuff we were doing asking Agentforce questions of how to help, some of the stuff we were doing just working inside our prompt. And you can see the multiplier is way down on those
Mhm.
in terms of what you're using, and it's different than those action credits. We'll keep digging for more resources on how credits are consumed. It has been changing over the past, 6 to 12 months. They've changed how they do these. So I think they're still working through some of the pricing models and how that works. So just be aware that, I think that as of June 1 is going to get a lot clearer. And I don't know if Ryan has any more insight on from insider's knowledge there in Salesforce on how they're pricing these things. But I think this helps take away some confusion though, because you do at least see what you're consuming, which is great. You used to not even be able to see that. So, um, so I don't know if Ryan, you have anything.
Your insight on the June 1st date is totally accurate. So anything vibes related is going to start using flex credits. I'm still trying to ascertain if that agent that runs alongside the agent studio is part of Vibe or not.
Mhm.
Um, but if Vince, if you can send me that article, I'll compare it to what I'm finding out. Um, it's because I want to give you guys an accurate answer. So
Yeah.
that 16 that you see there for the multiplier on the standard agent action is the sandbox rate.
Mhm.
And then there's other things that call prompts at 4 each. And that's what I want to give you guys way more specifics
Mhm.
as to what that entails. So I'm doing
Yeah.
more research on that for you.
Sure. I think Monday will probably show again too, like anything that we did today. So,
Yeah.
to those watching the recording, make sure you watch day 6. And to those in the room today too, we'll try to get you some answers, and then we'll post any links that we have in the resources section. So, okay, now over to my hand model, Tom. Where did we leave off
Uh,
yesterday?
okay, we left off, and go ahead to hit share. Is this window? All right, so we left off. I grabbed a screenshot because I wanted to make sure that we recorded it. So the Agent Force agent that's on the side of the screen, I asked it, how do I make this thing look better? Basically. And it came back with a long response in here, which was fantastic. And I focused down here on the bottom, bullet number 3, the general FAQ reasoning instructions, and it has 3 things to suggest. I put 2 of them in, so I kind of wanted to show some of that. So here I'm just going to go over to Agentforce Studio. I'm going to open up the agent again, and I'll be able to show where I've added that. Go to Smith College Knowledge Agent, General FAQ, and here in the instructions. So I added these 2 instructions. When retrieved knowledge includes procedures, steps, make it a numbered list, make it look better. And if the content is not list-like, respond succinctly in plain paragraphs. So those were 2 suggestions that we made.
Great. Can we do a preview, and then I'm sure we will have some questions from people on the screen and from other people
Sure.
too. And maybe we try one of the ones from yesterday that had bullets. What is a contact? Was that one of them?
What is a contact?
And I want to make sure we do have enough time to do testing suite stuff too, Vince. So we'll get there here pretty quick. That looks pretty good.
You got some bullets.
Yep. And so it's responding back with much better formatting for my like. Still includes the link to the source, so I can always open that up, which was a requirement that we wanted to make sure that we had. So it goes right to the actual knowledge article itself,
Nice.
which has all those bullets.
Cool.
All right.
So a couple of things from last time too. When we went into Prompt Builder, we tried to change one of the format outputs we were looking at, and it was grayed out. So did look, and the template that you choose determines whether or not you can, in the Prompt Builder preview, if you remember from yesterday, the type of format you can get in that Prompt Builder preview. This is not the Prompt Builder, this is the regular Agent Builder. And if you go back one out of Agentforce Builder, we can, prompt templates, right? So if we were here, it's just to show folks, because we looked at it and it output, and then we tried to change the, trying to change the prompt. I think it was answer questions with knowledge or something along those lines. Yeah, had a knowledge word in there. There's our prompt. That's a delivered prompt, and you can see the template type is knowledge answers. So if you base your prompt on that, and if you scroll down on the left, see the format? Now, depending on the prompt template you choose, if you scroll up just a tad on the left a little bit, it says response format, right? So depending on the prompt template you pick, you may or may not be able to get a different format in the response. So the answer questions with knowledge, the knowledge template, and a bunch of those, only output to JSON. So no matter what you do, when you do a preview here, when it gives you the generated response, you have to go back to all the stuff we did last time. So we might not want to go through all that again, but finding the retriever, all that.
Refer to yesterday's recording.
Although we after doing that, that's burned in my head now for the new builder. So now I know how to get it. The generated response is based on the type of prompt template you choose. When in doubt, I usually use a flex prompt because you can get to anything and do anything as a template type, but this is delivered and it's specific for knowledge, so good to use that here. And based on the output, it looks like, for Smith's use cases, they're getting what they want. So
Right. And I think that's our general approach, is we are attempting to use as much of the out of the box as possible. I do know, because I did some of this at TDX, You can build your own prompt like from scratch up and have full control. We're not at that level of proficiency just yet to feel comfortable to do that on a live webinar. So we are using out of the box as much as possible. So okay, great. So back to the, oh, it's over on this tab. Over to the agent. So we do like the responses that came back in there, and how it's doing it. Um, Haley, one of the other things that we also were looking at was between yesterday's recording and today's recording, we added additional knowledge articles. And so that was an open question about, hey, how fast does this thing happen? If we know that we're pulling from a knowledge base, if we have additional knowledge articles that get added, what's that sync cycle look like in there? And I did prepare, so I've got the new knowledge articles. This is just by modified date. So some stuff about email that's on there. And that was my first question is how long should we expect, right? So these were added just at 2 o'clock, so a little over an hour ago. Is that going to be available? Do we need to wait for a nightly refresh?
So I think to make that available, I don't know if you've got your data in Data Cloud set to refresh on a regular basis. So we would want to take a look at that and see if we have it. And I think if you remember, there's like a rebuild and refresh and stuff on some of those. So we can take a look at your data and see what you're looking at there.
Okay.
So I think it's the data stream.
Yeah,
You're
you're right there. Yep.
right
I
there.
was hovering on it, so oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could see when it was last refreshed pretty recently. So 316, oh, is that right? So like just now.
Hot off the presses.
Hot
Hot
off
off
the
the
presses.
presses. But you said that this is configurable. So where would that be configured?
I
I'm
think,
assuming under details.
yeah, I think there
Yeah.
is a frequency is batch, and I think if you go into,
I think if you scroll up and then go to that drop down,
yeah.
Scroll up.
the action drop down for the record. Yeah. Edit data stream. There you go.
Nice.
Full refresh, none. So that's the full refresh will, I'm pretty sure, will dump
Wipe out
all the
and
data and bring it all back in.
gotcha. Gotcha. All right.
It kind of seemed like it was every hour, every half an hour or something right now, which is probably fine. We're not churning articles out that often, so.
There's a history tab, I think, too. Yeah.
And
And
you
that
can see it
looks,
says upsert too, so that's not a full rebuild, right? Like it's just grabbing the new stuff, right? To
Yeah.
change something or upsert. So
And in
so every
fact,
10
this one, if
minutes.
looking at the duration, this is the only one that had a duration that's non-zero.
and
So
see how
that
it's
would
got
be
Yeah.
two
our
records?
two
Yep.
Oh,
records that
yeah,
are
there
in
you
there.
go. Yeah, it looks like every half
Excellent.
hour or so. 20
That's pretty good.
minutes.
Pretty good.
Nice. So we had a good question in the chat, and then I'm gonna ask Monica and Allison to talk a little bit about a thing we were talking about earlier with like an ambiguous question. And then we'll probably get into testing suite for like the last half hour if that works. So,
Mhm.
question from Rachel at UMass is what is your UAT plan for testing the agent for production readiness? Such a good question.
Mm.
Right now, our plan is to kind of go through this in our this lower sandbox, and then we're actually going to deploy this to a sandbox with real articles, but still a sandbox and limited access. Eventually, working with our program team, which is like representatives across campus who have a significant user base and use case in Salesforce. Once they do a little testing and give us some feedback on like how it works and where it's at, then we're actually going to have some of our user groups like events and emails, so around very specific capability, participate in like a directed testing session. and then evaluate that to see if we're actually ready to go live this fall. So we've got a couple steps left before we'll actually put this into production, but we will have some like real users testing this most likely in the month of July. So I'll respond to the question there. And then got two people on the call that both have like kind of specific pieces of work that they do with Salesforce. So we have two very large capabilities that our users have. So events in which we use Blackthorn and email in which we use account engagement. And Allison and Monica both kind of lead those things. So anytime a ticket comes in that's concerning event registration, Allison picks that up. And anytime something comes in for like an email list or send help, Monica will pick that up. And we talked earlier today about like how you guys might use this or how you might help your, user groups use this. And then also what happens if you have like some overlapping articles potentially. Do you guys want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So yeah, events has email capabilities just like account engagement. So we kind of have this overlap. And so we kind of pose the question of what happens if we have a question that is generic? How do I send an email or something along those lines? Because if you're just an events user, you might not even be aware of the other email tool. Or if you're an email user only, you might not be aware that events has email. So anyway, so that was one of our questions. We were like, how will the agent handle which article to show? So
Mhm. And those are the articles I made. So one was how to send an email on Blackthorn, and the other one I think was like how to send an email on account engagement. Um, one of those two, but they both have email, and so I'm wondering, Tom, if we can test that and then move into testing suite. This might hit the
Mhm.
ambiguous question thing too, so we'll see how it works.
All right. Live testing.
Yeah.
How do I
Notice how I put that
send
on Tom
an
to do as well.
email?
Yeah.
Right. And the question is, we have potentially two knowledge articles that would cover this question. And I found one of them.
And I think that was the first one I created too. So it found the first one.
We'll see what it's saying. And how do I send an email with account engagement? Do I have to spell all of that out, or if I just said I'm not using Blackthorn?
Yeah, these are good tests.
These are good tests. Okay. Account engagement. So I've got different information. It's citing all of my things with a different.
Ask it, how do I know which one to use when?
How do I know which one to use and when
That is definitely
and
not a knowledge
way?
article, by the way.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
And I have a typo on the last word. When to use Blackthorn email versus account engagement email. So it did have some context based on what I was asking about.
Yeah.
So
Would you like to provide more details or should I escalate your question to the CRM team? Yeah. So that might be something if we have time either today or Monday to come back and see if we can get it to answer that. But I want to make sure we don't we give the people what they want, which is I think a little bit of testing suite. So
yeah.
and I'm sure we'll hit some of these with like the various utterances and stuff like that. So Vibo, I believe you were going to try to direct us through some of that. And at the same time, I
Sure.
guess John, you're
It's
seeing this for the first time. How are you feeling about it while we get set up on the back end?
Yeah, super exciting.
We did a thing.
We did a thing. So Haley and Tom, well, everybody. The question, how do I send an email, is somewhat ambiguous, right? Would we expect to make it so that it would recognize there are two possible answers to this and try to prompt before providing an answer to,
Mhm.
the first response was to Blackthorn, but at the end of the day, it almost seems like we would want to figure out what they're doing before providing an
Mhm.
answer.
Yeah, I think in my ideal world it would have said like, do you know which tool you're using, or are you trying to send this for an event, something like that to get more
Mhm.
clarifying questions. But we
Yeah.
just have to, I think we have to adjust some instructions and stuff, but think that's what
that
I'm
would be my assumption as well. It's a great question. It's one that I've sort of formulated in my own head, and I think, and maybe Ryan or Vince would help me, if we put in an instruction, something along the lines of if you find multiple knowledge articles, here's how to handle it, right? Would be how we would do that. And building the agent, testing the agent, improving the agent would that it would fall under there. But does that sound about right, Ryan?
I like it. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
I might edit the articles a little bit. There's that environmental context field, and like maybe that's the place where I need to say like this is for sending an account engagement and this is for sending a Blackthorn, and then maybe it'll pick that up. So I'll make the update while we go to the next thing, and then it should refresh and we can try again at the end. Does that sound good?
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
I will do that. But let's do some testing suite stuff. So Vibo, where should we go? What do we
Yeah.
do?
The left arrow above the little, yeah, there you go. Let's hit the tests, obviously.
All right.
New suite. All right, and I gotta give it a name, sure, whatever you want.
Which agent am I doing?
I think we know the agent.
Yeah.
Give it a little description. Pretty straightforward so far.
Now, description, is that for internal or is that like used
This is like
standard?
the description of the test. It's not
Oh,
not doing anything fancy with it. So
okay.
live data is fine. You do have data.
Hmm.
Um, and you so these two things depend. You don't have a lot of this going on, and you don't have variables um, in your system. Maybe if you have create a case, you might have some variables in there, so you want to include those variables. What the data is in those variables for testing the context.
Hmm.
Conversation history is you can run a test from a particular point in the conversation, just like it's saying. So take that topic we were just going over, like around an email, and should it ask a question
Hmm.
um, based on the point in the conversation of it gave you a response about emails, but you want it to ask a further question or ask clarifying questions about the topic at hand. So you can kind of kick it off with some conversation history to run a test from a point in time. So I don't think for us right now, we're starting off. So your first go, you're probably not going to do either of these.
Okay.
But as you get more sophisticated, definitely there. So
Great.
20 is probably fine for us right now, right? Um, and then we're going to use generate test cases. And yeah, you want to go back and clear that out. I just want to, real quick. So notice how it said describe the test cases and provide some examples. So a couple of those questions you just asked, maybe throw a couple of those in there. So I want to test the knowledge articles when people ask questions about things that are in the knowledge base, whatever. Um, and and like such as what is a contact or what is an account or how do I change my password? You could throw a few examples that will help it because we're going to hit that generate test cases.
Contact.
All right.
Uh, I'm putting them in quotes.
Sure.
How do I
Seems right.
reset my password? These are all the examples that we've been using before.
Hmm.
And
Just a
how
couple's fine.
do I send an email?
Great.
And I'll leave it with the general email. All right. So generate cases from.
Yep. So like the sub-agents and actions assigned to agents would kind of be like the case workflows and things like that. If you had a bunch of workflows, it would
Hmm.
look at those and try to generate some cases from that. In your case, though, knowledge is going to be very pertinent, right? So,
Yeah.
oh, and it wiped the. Realize
All
it
my
would wipe
beautiful
that after you
typing.
did that. It's kind of weird. Sorry about that. That's weird that it did that.
That's all
So
right.
you could throw that in there again, or um, let it determine what's going to go on here.
I might just leave it.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, I was gonna
looking at
say
my boss for guidance.
let's try it. I mean, if we have to
give
do
it a
it again,
shot.
we need
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
All right. And so do I click next or do I click this other really enticing button that's got
Generate
the
test cases.
yeah.
Yeah, I think click that
This
and
other
just
enticing button.
see how it's not actually the next will generate the test case. So it's a toggle between the
Oh,
upload
that's
and
a
generate.
selection
Yeah.
toggle. Okay.
And how you want to evaluate this. So response evaluation agent, just you can do the reading there, on how it's going to do the default responses.
Hmm.
But you can check these other things and it'll evaluate and give you a column header inside the output for, you
Hmm.
know, things like you're looking for, like, is it, too wordy or is it complete or whatever. So you can choose one. Coherence is
Do
good
them
and kind
all.
of,
Can we do them all?
you can,
Okay.
sure.
I just want
You
to see what it gives
can,
us. Yeah.
Save and run.
yeah, give it a shot.
All right.
Should be your agent's fully configured, so it should figure it
Yep.
out.
So it's generating the tests.
Ah, the
Oh,
That's your
big red
Salesforce
error
admin for help.
thing.
Okay, so it's it's got some issues here as we as we can see. So let's go back and
do
figure
I
out.
close this or back arrow? How would one go back?
So hit the evaluations real quick, Tam. Uncheck all those evaluations real quick.
Haley broke it by asking for too much.
So, no, no, we're gonna try it again just without them, but I think you're gonna get the same response.
I'm wondering also if because we had the generate, but I didn't have a description in there. So
Yeah, I
maybe
think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
Okay.
So, because it's using that as an utterance itself to
It
then
makes more
generate all those
utterances.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Tom's
I
not
can't
afraid
believe
of a little
it.
red
It,
error, our little red error message, are ya?
not afraid.
We'll figure it out.
but I don't think it's.
It doesn't look like there's a way to like stop it or anything, but
Mm-mm.
It's running.
once it's on, it's going. There is, while we're waiting on that, there was a question that I think we've answered a little bit throughout the webinar, but not today specifically. So, is an agent able to get knowledge articles directly without using Data Cloud? Maybe Ryan, if you could help me answer that one.
No, data cloud's required.
Yeah.
Part of the reason for that is when you bring the data into data cloud, it's transforming it into there's multiple when Tom set it up, there was hybrid was how he indexed it. So when all
Hmm.
the data gets indexed, hybrid does both oh no, I can't remember the names of the words, but vector and I can't remember the other one, but it's more just like straight text search.
Mhm.
Um, and that's how when it takes the question, it's comparing it like to the data that has been vectorized to see what the best response is. So it's likeness. So the vector data in the data cloud end, it's the likeness of what's being asked to the likeness of what is in the content or the indexed data for that article.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And if
So it's
they
like a
wanted to
vibe
do,
thing, really.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like if they wanted to do and like not knowledge articles, like
Oh, so
a
that's a
site or
question of
something.
a different source other than knowledge?
No, I'm just expanding on their question.
Yeah. So you can bring in, you don't have to use knowledge. There's other data points that can get indexed. You can upload PDFs and HTML documents. I believe there's a web crawler that you can use as well.
But those would all use Data Cloud as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And part of setting up Agentforce Data Cloud is required to set up data for Agentforce, partially because of this, partially because that is essentially where all the data is getting saved when the agent's doing its work.
Okay. Keep the questions coming, y'all. I think we had another one come in.
Mhm.
All right, well, let's figure out what we need to do with this test suite one. I wonder if maybe we try to back out and have you do it again, Tom.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to another tab, leave that one generating. Oh, it brought me back to the same thing.
Okay.
All right. Maybe I
Yeah, you can
can do,
delete that one if you want.
yeah, maybe I'll do a new suite.
Yeah.
Test number 2 on day 5.
While you're doing that, what type of end user interaction are suitable situations for staff to use employee agents? Is it more suitable for walk-in phone call questions instead of case management? So maybe I'll throw that to either Ryan or Vince. Specifically, they're asking about the employee agent, if that helps.
I
Sorry,
think
I wasn't
it's
reading.
yeah. I'd say it's almost as creative as you want to use your employee agent. A lot of use cases are to help streamline the work of the employee. So you could do something like a summarization of many articles. You can ask it for your top X, Y, Z opportunities if you're using opportunities or things of that nature to help you plan out your work for the day or do some research into what's the data in your system. So that's one use case there. It could be used to help, let's say you're an internal employee and you're triaging cases, because I'm reading this again, and you're trying to figure out maybe, hey, I'll give you a really good use case. Hey, agent, or Slack bot in my case, how does that little agent that runs alongside Agent Studio charge data flex credits? So things like that you can use it for.
Just hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
That's great. Cool. All right, I think we're back to here.
Getting those off. Something went wrong.
Hmm.
So typically what would be in the utterance? The utterance would be the
It would generate an
expected.
utterance
Yep.
from its, from AI, like create an utterance and create an expected response for that utterance based on what it knows about knowledge. So, why it's not doing that? Kind of curious if you've got a permission thing going on that you're not
That's what I was wondering.
getting
Could be.
access to that.
But
So we can go check on that.
Does the
yeah,
agent have to be active?
Is it? I thought it was. Well, didn't
Okay.
he? Maybe I'm
no.
wrong.
No, I've never activated the agent. We've just been in preview mode.
Oh,
Hmm.
I would have thought you could test it in preview mode though too, but go ahead and activate it and see if that kills
No,
it.
this is
No,
probably
the prompt's activated.
the
Prompt
prompt
was
is
active.
activated,
Yeah.
but the agent, I don't believe is. Agentforce Data. Oop,
Oh, he's already there. Just hit the
It's tabs
agent
within
first
tabs.
tab.
Yeah.
this guy. Okay.
Um, is he not active?
I've saved. but is there a, I don't want to delete. Your changes were
Commit,
saved.
commit version.
Um, can't be edited.
Yeah, essentially you commit it, activate it, and then you make new versions.
Got it.
Yeah. The old way, yeah, when it first came, Agent Builder first came out, you could never get a new version. Now
Okay, so now I've got a committed version.
that you can
I can
activate.
activate it. Excellent. Activate. All right.
And hypothetically, maybe if you commit it, you can test it on the suite too without it being active, but well, you don't have to test that right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Delete
Um,
this because it's still got no utterances there.
we will delete. Confirm.
When
Test
this
suite was
works, we're all gonna
deleted.
be so excited.
I know.
I'm like getting ready to take a screenshot. Like, yeah.
All right. We'll try. Third time's the charm.
That's kind of funny.
Which one?
After this, we're just going to make a CSV and upload it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking when we said to delete the last one, I was like, oh, did he save the little
Well, it
prompt?
didn't have any utterances, so
That's
Yeah.
okay.
So it's live data. We're not doing any history or context. There it is.
Is it live data or mocked data?
Ooh.
Sorry.
It's live. The knowledge articles are published in this
Okay.
sandbox. All right, number 20, knowledge. Use the knowledge articles to generate uh, questions. Would include what is an account, what is content, um,
hmm, I'm beginning to wonder
analyze
about the go ahead.
password and where is my $2? We'll see if we can get it to go through the unrelated thing, or maybe should I not do
No, you're fine.
that?
The can you copy that real quick because I want to hit the instead of hitting knowledge.
Oh, hit subagents, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go away,
Didn't go away. Um,
but it also, this is now grayed out.
because you don't. That's interesting. You should be able to go ahead and hit knowledge and let's keep going.
Right.
It should bring up like your agents and agent actions, even though you have a knowledge agent. Or is
I'm
it?
just,
Are you frozen?
no, I'm just opening up Notepad so I can copy and paste this.
Oh,
We've learned, have we? Yes.
We have, we have. All
You don't
right.
want to type that again?
Nah. All right, we're gonna leave these off and save and run, and we'll see what kind of things. We couldn't fetch AI config.
Hmm. Was not the third time.
Third time was not the charm.
I guess, is there a permission or something you think we might be missing? I didn't see one. I don't see one that specifically has tests. Um,
You have the cert. Yeah, let's look at your object access and everything. Make sure your user has access to everything in the data library.
We used some of the general, and we kind of showed this on the day one slides, but it was kind of day zero activities. So
Yeah,
actually,
Jonathan's in the chat. He said you need to ask for at least one area for the test to dive into. Like maybe you don't need all four checkboxes, but you need at least one. Hi, Jonathan.
No, because it's the default. It's not even generating the context, I don't think. So I just want to
Hmm.
make sure we don't have any weird permissions. We did start out with one checked. You can go back through and try just one and see if that does it. But because this would just be the basic test, like evaluate the agent response and the agent, but we can give it a shot. Since you copied and pasted it, it will be really fast.
exactly. New suite, Quattro. This
I wonder if there's any value in instead of generating 20, we just try to generate one. Not that it's just another variable.
Hmm.
It's a good question. Maybe I'll bump it down to 5 just so we can see more than one, potentially. I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Count, contact, reset, $2. I'll add a fifth one just to see. Um, how do I send an
It should
email?
be iterating on those, but yeah, that's because that's the whole point of having it generate your test cases.
All right, so knowledge.
Oh, and
Next,
it deleted it again.
there we go. Next, and
Just check, yeah, check anyone.
we'll just latency seems like the easiest thing because it's
Sure.
even run. Oh,
I still feel like it's a permissions
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
thing.
wondering if maybe it's that specific class.
there's two permissions that you can double check to make sure you have.
okay.
Um, they are manage Agentforce grids and manage Agentforce testing.
Would
Um,
would that be that's the actual permission or is that the permission set?
no, those are the actual permissions. Yeah.
Okay.
So you probably have to go to either create a new permission set or find one that you want to edit.
We'll do this.
Yeah.
It is a sandbox. It's a live demo. I kind of feel like if we create a new one on the fly, I can get rid of it once
Yeah.
we figure out where it should be.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Live webinar perm set. This should go away. And no license, no activation required. System settings, or is it somewhere else?
I think it's, yes, try systems or agent access. No, that's not it. But you can double check.
I clicked it.
Yeah.
I'll give myself, well, I'll add
Yeah.
this.
Basically, that's giving yourself, this is how you would actually assign people agents.
Yep.
Mm. So like the one I need to create for like when I want people to do testing is that piece right there.
Yeah. Yep.
I clicked it twice.
I think that, yeah, system settings.
System permission.
Yeah. Sorry, permissions. And then, what did I say? Grants.
I think both of them, I think, started with manage. It was like
Okay.
manage testing or something.
I'd feel like it had the word agent in it.
Manage Agentforce grids and manage Agentforce
There you go.
testing.
Right
There
there.
you go.
Oh,
Try
I
that
gotta
guy.
go into edit mode. Edit?
I would have thought that the agent regular permission set to like create and deal with agents would have given you those.
Yeah.
All right. So I did click manage agent for its testing, and it clicked
Forced grids.
enabled the grids
Yeah.
on me. So both of those, was that the two?
That was the two.
Uh,
And make sure you add yourself to the permission set
oh yeah. Save as a
after you hit save.
desktop. Enabled. Save.
Great.
So we're coming right down to the wire today.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Mm,
That's
This
okay. We
is
can pick
good.
up a little bit on Monday.
Manage assignments. And then we'll try again for testing. Add assignment. All users. Admin users. Do it here. Next. Assign. One assignment successful. All right. So Quattro didn't work. Data test suite. Number 5 is alive. Try. Live data. 5. Knowledge. Type very fast. Latency. Say no.
Everybody cross your fingers. Nope.
No.
Well, bummer. That's what my 3.5-year-old would say.
yeah, we'll research. I think there could be some accessing. I would think that the agent would have access to the data cloud object, but and that you would have access to the data cloud object,
Mhm.
the KAV knowledge KAV, the
Mm-hmm.
that access because you're a data cloud admin and all that, but those are other things to go through and check to see if it's got access to the knowledge base
Mhm.
itself. But I can't believe that you wouldn't have access to that.
Mhm. Well, we will figure it out for Monday. So I think we just wanted to leave people on a cliffhanger and like make them come back on Monday
Make
is
them
I
come
think what
back.
we
We'll
really
force it.
wanted. Got to give the people what they want, which is drama. And we've done a lot of that today. So we will pick back up on Monday. We have a bonus day 6, but we'll try to do a little bit of this and then also get a little bit into vibes, which I think will be kind of fun. Obviously, we will be posting this video on YouTube, so follow along there, rewatch anything that you need. Yeah, bonus day coming up on day 6, and we'll see you again back here 3 o'clock on Monday. Tom and Vince and Ryan, maybe we'll do a debrief, see if we can go figure out what that permission is. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's permissions, isn't it always
It's always
permissions?
I
permissions.
think it
It's
Yeah.
always
is, but we'll
permissions.
Yeah,
find it.
it's always
Yeah.
permissions. Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get Allison and Monica, at least maybe John, to come back on Monday, so we can talk a little bit more about how we're gonna use this thing. But thanks everybody for hanging with us. We'll figure out the red error message for Monday. Bye,
Right.
everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.